Hi guys, welcome back. I am LaCoco. I am a transformation life coach and motivational speaker. I coach abuse survivors through healing, finding their authentic self, and loving themselves back to life. Today, what I'd like to talk about is trusting yourself again. Many of us have been in relationships or been in situations where we trusted too freely. We trusted people and it broke us. And we got to that point where I put everything into this person, and I thought this was the one person that would not hurt me, that would be 100 with me. And that person turns out to be the person who hurts you the most, because the people who are closest to you or that you allow to be closest to you are the people who are able to hurt you the worst. And it puts you in a position where you have no idea of how to trust yourself again, and you second guess yourself on every little thing, every idea, every decision. You're second guessing yourself, third guessing yourself, fourth guessing yourself, and you're living in a place of fear. And I think the worst type of distrust is not being able to trust yourself and living in fear that every decision that you make is the wrong decision or is going to impact you in the wrong way. And I went through that. I went through that a few years ago where I didn't trust any decisions that I made. I was always asking, what do you think? And that is so not me, because I've always been so decisive and able to, kind of think through the decision that I'm making and think through, this can happen, that can happen, and making a fast decision. And I got to the point where I could not make a decision. I couldn't even figure out what I wanted to eat, because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to eat this, I'm going to get sick, or I'm going to eat this, I'm going to have an allergic reaction, or, just crazy stuff. It's like I wasn't able to live. I wasn't able to trust myself on the most basic things. And I had to get out of my own way. I had to heal myself and find that I had to find that what I had to coach myself back to living. I had to coach myself back into trusting myself, because you have to be able to trust yourself. You have to be decisive. Now, I'm not saying that every decision that you make is going to be the best decision, or every decision that you make that you're like, oh yes, this is it, this is great. Nothing like that. But you have to be able to trust yourself, because if you can't trust yourself, you're living in a life paralyzed in fear, and you can't move forward in fear. You can't be the best version of yourself in fear. You can't move on to your next relationship if you can't trust yourself, because if you can't trust yourself, how are you going to trust someone else? It's impossible. You cannot give someone something that you don't have yourself for yourself. It's like, how can I give someone else food that I don't have if I can't feed myself? If I have no food to feed me, or if I have no food to eat, how can I give someone else something that I don't have? You can't. You just can't do that. You have to get to that place of trusting yourself, and it does take time. It's not something that happens overnight. It's like the situation of not trusting yourself didn't happen overnight. It was different situations. It was different lies that person told. It was that person not being consistent. And you trusted that, oh, something happened. And just, it happened little by little. So the same thing is going to happen for you trusting yourself. You're going to have to go, day by day, situation by situation, and start building up that trust within yourself again. And once you start trusting yourself and trusting your gut instinct, or trusting your spirit of discernment, because there's a voice inside of this. God is inside of us, and He's telling us what to do. And He's given us that He has a little voice inside of us that's telling us, do this or don't do that. And I remember every time I would go against that little voice, something would happen, like turn right here. And I'd turn the opposite way, got a ticket. Something would always happen. And I had to start listening to that voice again, because I know that was God speaking through me, letting me know this is the way to go. That's not the way to go. And we all have that inside of us. Some of us call it, intuition. Some of it call it gut instinct. I call it the spirit of discernment. And you have that in you, but you have to start listening to it. It's a really soft, small voice, but it's there. There's an inkling, or some people call it an inkling inside of you that's saying, hey, don't do this. It's like when you meet people and you might not like that person. That's your intuition, or that's your discernment telling you that something is off with that person's spirit. And not for me to veer off and venture off into a whole nother subject, but the trust that you have for yourself is within you. You just have to start utilizing it. You have to start making it a thing. You have to start listening to that voice and shut out all the voices in your head that are telling you otherwise or making you overthink. I hope that this is helping you. I hope that it's helped you. Listen again if you need to. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next video.